Samantha, and I have these two girls with me today. We have Kandis on here, and then Eden, and you've seen both of them in different episodes for Insecure. So today we just finally watched Insecure, the final episode, the final season, all of that, and seeing how all of our people end up. Look at this one trying to watch herself. On her phone. Hey, you're on live television. What do you have to say?
I'm sending it to the people. I'm sending it to the people.
But you guys, so we literally just saw everything wrapped up, and things got emotional a little bit. So we kind of just want to get together one last time, and again, just talk about, were we happy with how things ended up? Did we see it coming, or did we see any flaws, or maybe how things could have gone differently? So let's begin with. I want to start with the friendships. As far as like looking back, so we see them that throughout this episode, it's kind of takes in intervals of a year after, a birthday after, a birthday after. I think eventually ended up being like 3 years from the previous episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
correct.
I was on and I was on TikTok or Twitter, and someone mentioned that the beginning of the first episode,
episode for, like initially the
of
first
the
season?
whole series was like Lawrence forgetting Issa's birthday. So it was interesting to see this last episode centered around all these birthdays and things.
Okay,
Like,
good.
just,
yeah,
closing it out in
That's
that.
true. They really did tie it well together. Of like there were a bunch of memories.
Birthday?
Memory.
When was this?
In the beginning, then they got in
The
fight
pilot
in the first
episode.
Oh, okay.
When he was about. When he
I
was
thought I
about.
was talking about today. I'm like, what?
See, we know you're Lauren's
She's too
high,
Lawrence,
right?
so you can say nothing
she
bad
can't
about
see any
Lawrence.
flaws
I
with
said,
him.
what?
He is also
He's
he has
flawed.
full of flaws.
Full
Is
of
what I was
flaws.
gonna say. I don't know what I was about to say. Something different. But yeah, no, I think like starting off with, I just want to dive into friendships. You see them maturing and communicating.
Well, wait a minute. You passing over her and Nathan calling it off.
I mean, no. I'm not saying that we're saying it like how it happened in the episodes, but I'm just saying of like thumbing it up, not thumbing.
Summing it up, yeah.
Summing it up, but not thumbing. Oh, like, I mean, oh Lord, the lisp. Anyways. Alright, no, I'm just talking about just in general.
Yeah.
Like, as far as this episode, and then also, like, everything accumulative of how you see the dynamic. For me, I think it was just really great, and it was very, like, it was something relatable, because, with friendships yourself as a grown adult, we navigate through different stages of our lives, and seeing these girls, obviously they went through issues where they weren't as close as whatever, but like seeing them kind of manifest into something bigger and grander, and seeing them communicate slightly different. Yeah, I feel like
you're
you should squeeze in. So I don't know. I just really like that dynamic, and I thought they showed it in a healthy way, and almost not a healthy way, like a very realistic way. You know what I mean? Where you see some of them are getting married, some of them are giving birth. Kelly, I think at the last scene, flourishing.
Growth.
I think she's on her second pregnancy, and she got her fine self
I
a
seen
man.
it wasn't. She wasn't pregnant.
She wasn't pregnant. It was just her. Okay. Either way, she got a baby. I don't know if there was a second pregnancy or not, but we see Tiffany for sure is pregnant at Molly's wedding. Hi, Favor. Hey, boo. We are here. Yes. Did you watch? I think you watched, Favor. I didn't look at your text, but I did see that something, like you had said something about the show. So we gotta talk. But yes. So what about friendships? What did you guys think about like how they showed friendships throughout, as far as the dynamic of this friend group?
I have one thing that when it was Molly's birthday, it had fast forward to Molly's birthday, and there was a moment where Molly was like, "Are you okay?" When Issa went into the room to talk to her. In the past, I could have seen Issa use that moment to really talk about herself, but she did. She was like, "You know what? This is about you. So let's focus."
Exactly.
That moment could have been so different if it was like
Yay.
a year ago, Issa and Molly.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
I saw growth in that moment. I was like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you see of like, hey, I should center. This is her moment. Let me have her moment herself.
Less toxic.
So yeah. How about you, Candace? Any thoughts as far as like the friendships and how they narrated that word.
Narrated.
I like
yes.
that season 10 that the writers didn't make.
Season 5, episode 10.
Child. Season 5, it feels like we've been with y'all forever. I feel like I like how they didn't make Molly annoying as shit, because as previous seasons, I didn't like her. I feel only know one person who actually liked her. I ain't saying she's sitting right here, but yeah, I do.
Okay, so favorite, get out. Get out. You know it's late. It's late. It's almost midnight. You narrate it. You get it. You get it. English is my second language. Thank you. But yeah, no, the friendship was okay. You could definitely, yeah, I feel like, what's her name?
Because the way it ended last season, me and Molly would not be friends
Yeah,
for
Molly.
life.
Molly was the biggest glow up as far as prior seasons to this season, as far as her communication style and just not feeling so attacked. Like she just felt everything needed to like go her own way and like had this whole plan out. So yeah, she kind of let loose, and you could see the therapy. You literally could see the therapy in most of her interactions this season. So that was a glow up on its own, just by herself, without even like counting the relationship romantic wise, like with Torian. So yes. Favor said hi, Eden and Kandis. Hey, Favor. What other relations? Okay, so Eden talked about Nathan and Issa. So obviously when we start the
can
episode.
we rewind 5 seconds?
Yeah, for friendship.
One thing I didn't like about their friendships that they were continuously doing in the end was when somebody asks, even if they're in front of people, oh, it's okay. Like, what's her name? I can't never remember the light skinned girl name. Tiffany. Oh, how's Denver? It's okay. It's great. It's great.
I think
Issa, I'm okay. I don't like that. Like, come on, be real. I get it, but no.
I think that was part of their personality thing. So that's them kind of like hiding stuff. I love seeing the wedding.
So
yes, the wedding was beautiful. Stunning.
And I love the red.
The red?
Me and Lawrence was matching.
Lawrence had on black.
I was like, where's
Issa had on red.
Okay,
So I was
but that's
Lawrence.
not you and Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like, girl, why are you? Why? Lawrence and you are not matching nothing.
We was matching.
She said it's a turtleneck. Me and Lawrence. Did
Oh,
yeah.
That's what the match was.
Molly was so happy, pretty and happy. Yes, she literally
was.
like. I if you would have told me last
That wedding
season,
in Greece, okay.
at the honeymoon.
Their wedding was in Greece too, because remember it
Italy.
started off the
I
season.
had to say
Italy, Greece. It wasn't America.
Yeah, it was very
It was in
beautiful.
some
And
rocks.
it looked like they got money, which is true.
And surprisingly, their friends got money too, because baby, it would have
We
just been
flying
us
about.
3.
But the scene where Molly and Issa were having in the bathroom when they were helping her take
Oh,
off her
with
dress
the
and she was crying
gown.
and stuff.
Woo!
I mean, I don't remember every word that
Sentimental.
was said, but Molly did tweet Yvonne.
Yvonne
She
Orji.
tweeted and she was like, the producer told her to basically just use that
Wing
moment
it.
to go off script and tell Issa how thankful you are for this
That-
life-changing experience of this show.
Yeah,
You
when
know?
we were
That
watching,
makes sense.
didn't I
Yeah.
say something about that, or maybe I just
No, you
said
didn't.
it?
No, you
Either
sure
way,
didn't.
no,
See?
Okay, maybe I thought about it. I didn't say it, or yeah, I didn't hear. Either way, what I was thinking,
didn't say it.
what I was thinking is like, this feels like it's likely gonna be one of the last scenes that they have together. So I can imagine even the
She
emotion,
said it was
like the
last scene.
emotion, the emotions that they are conveying and the characters, they probably feel like the real people actually feel that way about it, just knowing that this is the closure of the show. So I could definitely see that like real life was actually the emotions were built up, and you could tell that they were transferred onto the show.
They
So
need to work on their cries, like as in acting, but they try.
Who?
Both of them, Molly and Issa, when they be trying to cry.
I feel like you guys are just so like a cry does not look one way or another, you know? Like everyone, some people's cry, even reality, you probably will laugh at them because you don't think it's.
I do be laughing.
Seriously.
No.
You didn't say anything of. You didn't say anything, Shalene? I'm sure you thought it. Okay, get out.
Thank
Get
you,
out.
Favor.
I think I said it.
That should be
I
done.
said it. It's just they didn't want to listen. Listen, Linda, listen. Anyways, yes, let's go back to the first part of the episode where obviously last week it went down where Nathan and Lawrence were about to get into it at the party,
They did
and then they
get into
exit, and then we see that Nathan and Issa are driving back home, and it's awkward. He's not saying anything. She wants to talk about it. He was like, nah, I have nothing to say. And then all of a sudden he was like, nah, you know what? This is not healthy for me. This is not working for me. I need
It's
some
toxic.
space.
He used that T word,
Yeah,
y'all.
he really did say it's toxic. So, like...
That's 2021 word.
Yeah, so basically, then she goes into the house by herself. I don't know where he goes off, probably his friend's house or something. And then it just kind of fast forwards to like several months after. So we see that they've obviously been broken up.
Well,
or
she talks
separated.
to mirror herself and she's like, I just want to forward to the part of me
Where
my
it's
life where
actually
everything's okay.
Yeah, where it falls in.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Hey, I'll ring off the actual like
The
title of the episode. So I thought that was very interesting, and then we discovered that he pops up at her birthday and he's here saying of like, oh, I still get the emails from your company, this and that. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of have their conversation. It seems like they haven't spoken at all, or even at least on a drastic level, like on a serious note like that. And he's like, oh, well, I don't want you to regret anything that happened. I feel like everything happens for a reason. Like, let's grow from it, this and that. And they both kind of agree, saying, hey, this did happen. However, something seemed off a little bit. Or maybe that was prior. But all I know, I was saying that throughout. I'm like, yes, I like them together. Yes, they're getting along. However, I just don't see that being a long-term thing. It just seemed like they're okay for the moment. But I just did not, again, that je ne sais quoi was missing. I've been on it the whole season. So, yeah. If you watch my videos, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I've been saying I just don't know about Nathan and Issa. So I was glad that they ended things like towards the beginning of the episode. Then we can just focus more on her decisions moving forward, and he was out of the picture. What did you guys think? Did you think that like maybe Nathan was gonna pop back in or what?
I didn't even need to see that second scene with him at the birthday.
I didn't either, cause
we know you didn't. You hate him.
Whatever.
But I do like that she had her closure.
I swear she was saying something about Nathan. You did say something
when did
about
I ever say something about Nathan?
No, but you were like, I feel like they might get back together.
Yeah, because as a writer, I'm trying to read the writer. I'm trying to read their mind.
From the writer's perspective.
I'm trying to see it from their mind. Like, they're gonna fucking piss us off and they're gonna make her be with this nigga. That's what I'm thinking.
No. I mean, I can see that because I'm like, I feel like they're
from
gonna.
Kandis' standpoint, she would have been with Lawrence before Best Buy girl. I mean, the bank teller.
Not Tasha.
Wow.
Tasha.
The girl baby mama in real life.
Tasha the banker.
Can we talk about past characters? Well, let me
What?
actually. The past
Daniel.
characters.
We wanted Daniel back.
But I was just thinking, maybe
you were always a hater with Team
Yep.
Nathan and Issa. Yeah, and that's fine because it's the truth. They did not belong together forever.
Didn't like it.
They need therapy. Individually, not together.
I think they just both were kind of figuring things out that they weren't in a space to like help each other grow, Like, I don't know, like
I think
they were triggering each other.
I think they were building off of the dynamic when they first got together and was like in that dating world and became friends. And I think they tried to make it platonic, but when you're attracted to somebody like that, it will never be platonic. And once you saying you love somebody, now you in it. So now you're just gonna keep doing what you're doing. Like, y'all didn't even date each other outside of the friendship world, and y'all always had each other back.
Yeah, they were fast. They were fast on
was,
emotions. It was just, it was nothing like sturdy. Where you build a foundation and this works, and we see the firmness of it, and then we go gradually. I was low-key happy that they were broken up. Oh, girl, happy as hell.
I'm just glad they didn't move in together, because
I always knew that it was not gonna work.
Ooh,
it was not gonna work, and please don't do that. Please don't do that. So yeah, what you wanted them?
You always knew. No,
I always knew.
I'm just
It was
glad.
not her person. It was not her person. Let's just say.
I'm with Kandis. I didn't think it was.
I
I didn't
thought
think it
the
was gonna
writers
wrap
was
up
gonna-
the way I wanted it. Like, it wasn't gonna wrap up.
because
so
Issa
nicely
had
like
interviews and she said y'all are not gonna like the
Honestly,
ending.
It could work with them. Oh well, girl, it was mediocre love. I kept saying that mediocre love. It was.
They
not
didn't
her
even know what
person.
to do by themselves without calling their friends or family. It wasn't gonna work.
They just look boring.
It was boring, but sometimes those kind of
Safe love. It
can
just
work.
felt
I don't
safe.
know.
It felt safe. It
No,
felt like
when
they
you
were both
bored,
settling.
when you bored, that's when she starts to call Daniel. That's what happens when you bored.
Oh, going back to Daniel.
Okay.
The guy that Issa ended up with for a little short stint that Molly hooked up, he looked like Daniel, whether or not
The
you believe it
profile.
or not.
Slightly when he was walking in that
And
restaurant, the
Daniel,
profile.
do you
we
see
both
this?
screamed.
That ain't
We
true.
screamed
That's
as the Daniel fanatic.
That's probably the best we were gonna get, because maybe they couldn't get Daniel, or it wouldn't have worked in the story to bring him back.
But
like they
Daniel,
did Dro.
a reunion, something.
Daniel's story is
Daniel.
done. He's done.
Daniel don't
More
need
like-
to come back.
More like predicted, Shalene. You didn't know.
Daniel was fucking
Shut
on
up.
Kelly.
I
so-
predicted. I knew it. Anyways, now let's talk about what else.
I really like the scene where Issa was driving and it was kind of showing the dude,
Nostalgia.
like the first apartment, and then what's the dude's name?
I forgot.
The
The apartment.
The apartment.
With the little son, and then
It showed the studio where they was at. Her
We
Daniel.
we gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that was
missed
the
that.
studio right before
Where
the
we
girl.
gotcha.
and the apartment. Oh, I didn't know
We got
that.
that was the girl, the
Oh.
friend that she used to work with, the coworker.
Oh.
The like Indian looking girl.
That was
Like
not
a
her.
child.
But
It
that's
was.
that.
I swear that
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back. The girl that I said, I think it's nostalgia.
Mhm.
It looked like her, but it was a child.
That was a child.
I
And
think
she
it
was
was
dark
with
skinned
the
at that.
child. She was with the child or somebody
No,
else. It
no,
was.
that was the
It
white
wasn't
little
just.
boy.
It wasn't just one person. It was several people.
Yeah,
but I
it was
swear,
all children.
did you hear when they talked about Daniel Kaluuya? But Daniel Kaluuya is different from Danielle. Danielle is different. You know Danielle favor, so stop playing. Daniel Kaluuya, he's there, but he's not my Danielle. I'm kidding.
I thought that was Daniel.
No,
'cause
Daniel
that was Kelly.
Kaluuya.
Kelly was dating
Daniel
Dude from Get
Kaluuya.
Out.
She wasn't dating him. She
Oh.
was just obsessed with him. The guy from Get Out and Wakanda.
I always thought that was Daniel.
No, they
Mm.
said that
Girl.
she dated him.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
The girl said
Exactly.
she moved on. No, Daniel Kaluuya. She said even in her mind, somebody said it was like, how can you be rebounding over someone
Oh, I
when you never
missed
dated
that.
you saw the line. Somebody said
They
that.
said that they was dating.
Tiffany said that. What was the name? What was her name again? Tiffany's BFF?
Kelly.
Kelly is fine. Kelly, I just love it.
Love that.
I
She
love
was
her.
wilding out, y'all.
Oh, here we go.
I found
Okay,
that.
see, this is a Mandela
Because I was
effect.
watching, Noah put up his TV, and I was like, this is Kelly. Because it's showing old wilding out scenes. I was like, wow.
We would like to see it
She
later on.
started from the bottom.
Because we don't believe.
But that was the top, though. Wilding
All
out was
right.
the top.
So, what do you guys think? So, we see Lawrence and Issa are going back and forth where she calls him one year on his birthday and he got a girl. But how are you going to expect someone to be free on their birthday night? I'm sorry. Like, what are the chances? And did you guys think that he was going to drop his plans and to hang out with her? Because,
No,
yeah.
honestly, that would have made me
That
think
would-
of you. Like,
yeah. And
Not necessarily because Issa didn't know what the plans were.
So she didn't, but
she
she
had
wa-
to assume what they were.
yeah, but she was assuming that he was likely going to be free. I think that she was just taking the shot. Again, she was
I
shooting
don't
her
think
shot.
she was assuming. I think she just took the moment when he answered, like, "Oh, hey, you answered."
Especially after what Molly said.
Yeah,
You know.
she was
Yes,
just shooting her
Faber.
shot.
That Daniel is different from Issa's Daniel. Daniel
Favor,
Kaluuya.
I was on the same.
Daniel
whatever
Kaluuya
she
is the
did.
guy from Get Out, the celebrity, because she's just obsessed with the celebrity and pretends that she's dating him. You know how you have a celebrity crush.
No.
That was what they were working with.
I don't pretend
You
to
were,
date people.
you and
East,
Lawrence.
Lauren, I was like, girl,
I don't
you just
know.
Turn
Lauren
it
is
in,
fine. Lauren is fine. He is fine, but I don't have fantasies of dating him. That's the difference.
Okay, because
Okay.
you
Rewind to the beginning of this. When she
Okay,
was just
yes,
like, we were on a
yes.
date.
I was gonna
That
say
was- we were
the way
matching
she
'cause I'm
creeped
Team
up on the
Lawrence.
screen when he
I'm
got on
Team
the screen.
Lawrence.
The way you creeped up on the screen when he popped
I'm
up.
Team
Girl,
Lawrence.
stop playing. Stop
I'm
playing.
Team Lawrence. I don't want to fuck that
All right,
man.
babe.
but
Good
I'm
night,
Team
babe.
Lawrence.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, babe. So yes, Daniel Kaluuya and Daniel the ex is different. Completely different man. Daniel the ex is and Daniel Kaluuya is just okay.
I didn't think Daniel the ex
Thank
was that
you.
fine either.
I don't know, just something about him. Like just again the nature
He
of
too
a
short
walk
for
and
me.
everything else. Like this it's that je ne sais quoi that was missing from Nathan. Nathan was so regular.
Why are you pointing to me?
I don't know.
Right.
It's not necessarily intended for you. It's just that
She
direction.
said,
Like just to the
"Dip on
left,
me."
to the left. Yeah, get your money and dip. Oh, what does that song go? I don't know.
Dip on
the
niggas.
city. Dip on niggas. Right. Dip on niggas.
Dip.
Dip. Okay. Anyways, Lawrence and Issa end up together after several years of playing around with each other. They finally have a conversation, and Sis has moved
I
on
don't
to
think
a
they
nice
was
space.
playing.
Yes, they were. I mean, time, like things, just situations were not ending up right. You know what I mean? Like the timing of things. And she calls him, he doesn't, or they call each other, and then she doesn't pick up. Remember that one time that he called on her birthday? Or no, he just called her.
No,
and then she was talking
calling
to
him
Issa.
back.
No, when she was talking to Mir bitch. And she
Yeah.
was still with her man, and then she was like, "You about to get Santi?" You know, like, girl, don't answer.
Because that was after his birthday.
Oh, so that was like him
Yes,
trying to
Lawrence was
but
always
so
calling Issa back.
Yeah, but then she never reciprocated because she was like, I'm gonna move on, I'm gonna whatever. And then a year passed by.
Because she was always assuming he was with somebody. She needs to
Don't
get an
make an
STD
assumption.
test. Don't forget he had chlamydia.
She also been going around.
They both.
They both need to get a test, to be honest.
Safe
As-
sex.
like
great
everybody
sex.
should always get a test. I don't know
Yeah,
why that's a big
y'all
deal.
better be getting
That's
tests.
not a big deal. Like you should let's all do that. if we're doing stuff?
Every 6 months. Yes, yes.
I feel like even sooner if you're doing stuff with different people. Anyways, besides the point, well, this is not a health class. You
It
know
could
you
be.
know what to do. You know what to do if
You
your
assuming
business
they
is-
know what they do.
They should as adults. If you're
But,
if you're doing that kind of stuff. Anyways,
The grandma
Yeah.
is the grandma.
the grandma's the baby. See, yeah.
Shout out to Jocelyn. That's my baby.
That last episode too.
Yeah.
Like,
That
girl.
soundtrack.
Girl.
Up a
Wow.
Yes, I just had to shout her out.
Yes.
That's my
wow.
homie.
Wow.
Wow. Yes. Go for
Bonnie Bella's mother.
I wish I had Zeus
Bonnie-
to support you, girl,
Bonnie
but I don't
Bella.
got them.
Yes. So, anyways, Issa and Lawrence end up together. Again, you guys were saying that you were thinking that maybe just because they didn't want to go that straight route of like the obvious thing that a lot of people wanted to see, that she could have ended up with Nathan. For me, I was thinking that she wasn't going to end up with either of them, that she was just going to either be single and focus on her career or end up with a new guy. So, are you happy
Is that a
with
fly? Oh, sorry.
no. Are you happy with how things ended, or what are your thoughts about? Do you think they're gonna last? Like as far as because their lives continue. It's just
That child looks a good 5 years old.
Ja is so
They
cute.
grow up.
I do
Why
see
they
that
saying
the
3
co-parenting,
years?
the
Ja looking
co-parenting.
old.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I guess
but-
his daddy and mama they taller, so they probably get a big baby.
Yeah,
I liked when Lawrence came into her like work office, or like it was about to be her work office. It was
Yeah.
still in work. It was a work in progress.
Like just yeah.
And he asked, she was like talking in innuendos or whatever, and she was like, but I wasn't able to see it through. Didn't believe it would work before. Talking about work, but really was about
But
them.
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
all of
and
it.
he was like, do you think it could work? And she said, or do you believe it could work now? And she said, I don't know, but I'm willing to try.
I'm up
I
for
like
the
that.
task.
I like
Yes.
that. Oh, yeah, because you never know what the future holds. But as
Truly.
long as you're willing to put in the work, I mean,
You just gotta
that's
gamble.
it.
You just
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
gamble.
if it doesn't work,
If
it
you
doesn't
feel
work.
it.
But at least you tried.
That's true.
I do think they're gonna work. Because Issa loves his son, and I feel like since they have that dynamic duo or trio, I feel like she wouldn't just walk away because now she's in the kid's life.
People walk away from
But
I know,
kids.
I
we
understand
saw-
that,
we
but
saw
it's
Ring.
harder
Yeah,
to
they-
walk
they
away
did.
when a child is involved.
We saw
they're
a ring. They
oh
are
yeah,
engaged
I'm
at
the
the
one
end.
who caught that ring when she walked up in there. I said, "Y'all see that ring?"
And when Molly was on her honeymoon and she called and she was like, "Oh, this honeymoon shit."
That's what I
whatever.
gotta
She,
look forward to.
Issa was like, "That's what I got. This is what I gotta look forward to."
You're right, traveling
Yeah.
with your
But
man.
that wasn't her honeymoon because remember it went another thing.
Or they're just traveling.
Yeah, they was just traveling.
Yeah, because it was a time
It
lapse.
skipped. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm optimistic too. I think they seem like they're in
It
a
was
better.
probably like their anniversary of their wedding.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think I'm optimistic too as far as like them and I think what helps too, to be honest, yes, we can say that they played around with each other's times and all of that. However, with Ja being so young and a newborn at that point, I think it was literally harder to navigate because him and Condola had to see each other on a way regular basis, and maybe like they had to just be more like tied together closer, where it would have been hard for her to be like a fourth party ultimately,
Yeah.
because it's already
But
three of them.
Condola in the last episode was encouraging him.
Oh, I love it.
So she's I like that Condola
I
is not
always
trying
liked her.
to get Lawrence back
I
because
always
she
liked her.
knows that she can't be first when it comes to Issa. You know what I mean?
Condola got way too much hate.
And that's thank
deserve
you,
all that
Eden.
hate.
She never did anything wrong.
She didn't
never
do nothing
did it.
wrong. She
So
did not.
what was
I
the
don't hate
hate?
her. I just don't like her.
Okay, then
I don't like her.
Still,
Well, you don't
that
like
is
I don't
that
like
way too much
anybody who was
for what?
with Lawrence, and I don't like anybody who was with Issa. That's just the way it goes. I didn't like Daniel. I'm like, why is he here? No,
Because he's fine.
no, he's
but
not.
back to the Lawrence and Issa thing, I don't think it would have worked out because
Earlier.
Lawrence and Condola didn't have their situation figured out.
It's true.
So
it
when
wasn't
that's
stable.
not figured out, that's
Then
too
you can't
much.
figure
Like
it
you
out,
can't
yeah.
do nothing
They
else.
literally
so.
did have to get it into a better rhythm.
Right
And I
on.
think just with the kid being more grown up, that really does
That
help.
helps, yeah.
Because they're more independent and like, they're able to understand the situation
But
from
these
the
baby
get-go.
mamas got a whole.
And you know what? I also applaud them. I applaud them for also, you know, because they had good moments. I think when we saw a couple episodes before where they really were in turmoil, like Lawrence and Condola, and then they started getting better, and you know they're like
when he threatened
applauding
to take
each other.
the child,
Not even that part. Like after all that, where they're like, oh, being friendly, or like, oh, you're a good dad, oh, you're a good mom.
Yeah.
A lot of people would be like trying to force it and try to figure it out, but they saw for what it was of like, hey, let's just focus on co-parenting instead of making it even more complicated, and then we repeat the cycle because that would have had them backwards again.
I
know
do
what
like
I mean?
how he hung up on his mama to answer Issa though. Because his mama was talking to
Oh yeah, on the birthday,
my baby mama.
And what was the one braid thing? She was like, I like Condola. She has one braid.
Because probably Issa be doing
it was probably a dig with Issa. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
something, or like she's clean, or she's put together, or something. But I didn't get the direct
overall
thing.
yeah.
So
from
I think optimistic right now, and also where they're also in their career, where they're stable and they're about their stuff and they're communicating good and they're mature. They just kind of are like intentionally putting it in and like putting in the work and seeing, hey, we're gonna give it our best.
I do think it comes with age, to be honest,
does.
because
It
they
helps.
were young.
Experience.
After college, you know, they moved in their first apartment together. Lawrence is really one of those, I don't know what zodiac sign that man is, but he's one of those people who are like, I'd rather not have a job than work for somebody who I hate.
That
or
pride.
Work, like, the pride is strong,
ego.
and I feel like those people, it may take a long time, but there is people who are like Lawrence that make it
get there.
after. You know what I mean?
Get there.
But then there's people like Issa, like, I'm tired of waiting. And then just like acrimony. Just like that.
But and the thing is, they weren't communicating about it though. Like both of them had their narratives about it, but they were not hearing each other of like what this person was really doing. So in that breakdown of communication, then you feel like you're pulling from different opposite sides while you are trying to go towards the same direction. It just seems like
he would have had to be doing some lift or something. You ain't gonna be in my house.
It wasn't clear. It was not
or
clear
our
right
house
away.
Not working. That's not fair. Like no.
You guys, and Molly and Torian get married. Just stunning.
I like
couple.
how they got married,
Stunning.
but I'm mad that we didn't see any of their dynamics.
I didn't want to see it.
I know,
I feel like we could see. We saw enough.
anything.
We saw enough in prior episodes.
And we saw them fighting
Gradually,
in the beginning as
yeah,
co-workers.
exactly.
And I like that it was more hate each other in the beginning, and then you grow
and
to love
didn't see.
enemies to friends.
Yeah. It's true. And how he was just there for her when she was
struggling. And he could handle
struggling.
her. Like, he knew, like, you're not just going to punk me. You're not just
No,
going to try.
because he said, you ain't going to check me because I'm always
or
right.
we're going to go,
so.
because she likes to argue, but he's a lawyer
They
too.
are both alphas.
Yeah.
They're both alpha male.
Yeah, so
male
I that's why I wanted to see
they're a
how
match
they
for
was
each
going
other.
to act with each other just a little bit more than what we've seen, because when you put two alpha people with each other, sometimes it doesn't work out. So I would love to see them. How are they debating now when they're together, instead of like, oh, I hate your guts debating? Like, how is your arguments different? I would have loved to see that, and I feel like a lot of viewers should probably see that to be like, okay, I love my man. This is how I know how to
it's just lack of time with the episode.
Disagree and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just lack of screen time. So they had to expedite. Even Kelly, I would have liked to see the dynamic between her and her man. You know how they got to that point, because I feel like we did see that she was working on herself, her self-care, self-development this year more than ever before. However, like when it came to manifesting that relationship, we just kind of all of a sudden, I found someone, and now we're getting pregnant. This is the man that I want to have a kid with. I never, where she.
And we finally seen Tiffany, baby. Right when I was like, have we ever seen this child?
Yeah, as an older, before she, just as a newborn, basically.
Because we seen her as a fake doll.
That was it.
I seen them edits.
But yeah. So overall, again, this is very sentimental. Like, we've been with these characters for, they said 6 years they were taping, so it must have been at least 6 years.
We was babies watching.
So it's crazy, and I'm proud of all of them, and I think it was a very realistic ending. I mean, again, like the storybook ending with Issa and Lawrence, yes, that might be more of like a fairy tale thing, but it does happen in real life, and I feel like it
happens more than you think. A lot of people go back to their ex.
But you know what? No, of course. But what I'm saying is that yes, we're also assuming that it's gonna work out forever for them. Now we're like they've been saying for a while, they're gonna close this story off as a time and point, and then these people's stories continue on. Whatever happens, it's up to us of what we think could likely happen. For me, I do see them being together forever. Other people might just be like, hey,
we don't care about what other people say.
Ooh. Excuse me.
Don't hate on them.
Oh, sorry. Okay. What was I saying? Sorry, I was knocked out.
You see
when
them
have
being
a-
together forever.
Yeah, but other people might just be like, hey, I think they're gonna try it out. However,
Mhm.
some things might get in the way with either work or again, like a baby mama, someone cheating. All that is inevitable, but that's part of
Yeah.
life, right? We just saw them have closure as far as the show is concerned, but they continue. So I did like that. Yes, it was a fairy tale ending. However, it continues. It didn't say happily ever after. They had 9 kids. They didn't make up a final conclusion for
Yeah.
us. It is
They
just
needed that moment where everyone's dancing and then they
like
freeze
with
on
the
everyone
three
and
line.
and then Molly did this and
Nah,
then, yeah.
but that would have been a concrete
I know,
ending. That
One
would
thing
be way
about
too
Molly
much.
that I did notice that once her mom died, I feel like
She
she
grew.
let go of a lot
She
of
matured or something.
responsibilities that she didn't have
She
to
let go?
do. Yeah, because she let Issa and them throw that party for her. The old Molly would not even be going. She allowed her man to get to a stage where he proposed and she was willing to have that wedding and things like that. Molly was so afraid of things where I feel like they probably would have never got engaged this soon within the 2 or whatever how many years it was. So I feel like I did enjoy that part of Molly, and I don't
That's
enjoy
true.
a lot of things about her. And she wasn't worried about her parents or her family after her mom died, because she still had an auntie, she still got them brothers, and she still got a dad. So she wasn't having all the anxiety wrapped around her dad.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like she was more living her life. So I feel like the death of her mom allowed herself
to
value her
Live
life while
more.
she's still alive. So live more while she's still alive. I feel like she took that and was like, okay,
Yeah,
I
see
can't
that too.
dwell on what my parents are not doing and what they're gonna do. So.
True. Any last thoughts, just overall, before we cut it out, because it's been half an hour.
Thank you, Issa Rae.
Yeah, this
and
was a good
congrats
show.
to all the covers you did this year because you did that.
Yeah.
But thank you. I really do appreciate this. And I was just telling right before we recorded, of Awkward Black Girl, I like how they didn't choose to copy the exact show from YouTube and they literally took a left. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that they didn't use people from those episodes. And I love that it was a lot of black people. Yeah. I like black people. I love them. And I love to see them thrive.
Yeah, this was a really good life-changing show of seeing people that look like you kind of towards the same age and navigating life through kind of the same timeline as you.
Definitely.
So yeah, it was very relatable. Again, it wasn't so trauma-based where you had to so I mean it was just normal challenges that we're also going through. So it was very, again, it just wasn't oh my god, this person is dying, that person is dying, that person is dying, this one has AIDS, this one. It was just so much stuff going. It was just everyday nuances that that you're navigating through, in friendship dynamic, relationships, all of that stuff. So for me, that was very relatable. That's why we got caught up in the show from season 1, and we stuck around with it. And I'm very proud of being a fan of it and seeing all these characters manifest into what they have, and also these actors themselves, the people growing in. Because now I always see Kelly be like, "Hey, that's Kelly," seeing other projects that she's doing, or Yvonne Orji, or Issa. I mean, Issa is a superstar now, So that's great to see that. So I'm glad to see that this platform has just manifested into something giant for them and catapulted. Words today are not working. Anyways, in just their career was just booming now. Now they can go in whatever directions they want to, and this is a great foundation, a good start.
I do like that they kept it humble, because they did show the dude he still live in the dun. So for everybody that's watching this, if you don't get up and change your life for the better, you still can be stuck where you at in 5 years. So that's something to remember, that he was still at their old apartment.
True. Eden?
Thank you, Issa. It was a great show. Pretty much everything that has been said. It's just so nice to see black people in our kind of age range.
Yes.
Just living life and trying to strive for more and find their footing in this world. But also just the cinematography of it, seeing how beautiful black people look on the screen. Can look on the screen with the right people behind the cameras. The music was always
glowed up from Black Girl.
Come on, it was. It was beautiful.
Beautiful art. Beautiful art. Again, thank you guys for sticking with me as I've been recapping all these episodes throughout my channel. If you haven't checked out all the other episodes previously, please do so. I do have a playlist. And also subscribe down below, like, comment, any thoughts, any feelings, all of that good stuff. It's been a pleasure, and
Hair
stick
videos
around
coming
for
soon.
hair videos, lifestyle, travel, all of that good stuff, and maybe other TV shows. So I just got to figure out what I'm doing as far as like TV or recaps and all of that. But again, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate my two guests for sticking around today.
And happy early birthday.
Oh yeah, yes. I'm turning a new age soon, so
And it ain't 30
thank
yet.
you, girls. Please, we cute.
Ah.
Bye.
Okay.